The art of storytelling plays an important role in all of our lives, but one of its most meaningful impacts is during childhood, and that's exactly the mission of two very special individuals you might recognize, who recently came to Point Park University to talk about their 5-year anniversary. So join me for a very special interview. Hello everyone, my name is Nico Rich, and welcome to the neighborhood, and I am joined by some two very iconic guests. You want to give us your names here?
I will. My name is David Newell, but you may remember me as Mr. McFeely, Speedy Delivery for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's me.
And that is you. I am John Masiullonis, the manager of PR from the Heart, and the founder of the Neighborly Reviews Bookcast, the co-host of the program that David has been a special part of over the last 5 years, and it's a pleasure to be here in your neighborhood, Nico.
David and John are a part of the Neighborly Reviews Bookcast, a podcast where they explore and discuss children's books, breaking down their themes, messages, and the impact these stories can have on young readers. So this marks your 5th anniversary of the Neighborly Reviews Bookcast. Am I correct in everything?
That is correct.
John can explain a little bit about that.
Tell us about this milestone. Like, how does it feel to be doing this for 5 years? How does it feel?
Well, if I may borrow a phrase from Fred's verbiage, it really is such a good feeling. So the program has become one of the most popular, longest-running children's book review programs for parents, educators, and librarians across the United States and Canada and around the world.
When speaking with David and John, they highlighted the meaningful themes in children's books by sharing and discussing the stories they reviewed, while emphasizing the powerful role these stories play in shaping a child's life and the importance of storytelling in our world.
And when we all share our stories, we can help more people.
What you're doing is making such a positive impact, for children's youth and everything when growing up.
Get books in the hands of children. The other thing, one of the most important things you can do for your child is read to them. And it's the bonding.
The most important aspect of a person's life is their childhood. And
yes.
Kind of like having this story time with them is one of, I think, the foundations of building that childhood into becoming a good person. That's pretty much what it's all about.
For those who feel that they have a story to share, it's important to just honor where you're at in your journey.
One heartfelt moment from the interview came when they discussed a children's book about autism that focused on promoting awareness and understanding. They shared how this aligns with one of their main goals, to help educate young readers, and highlighted the powerful impact children's book can have in not just helping kids, but for everyone to learn and grow.
One of these books is about autism, and I knew very little about autism. And I learned from reading a children's book more about autism than I ever knew.
I really think this is remarkable too, because with a sibling with special needs at home, I think that spreading this type of awareness to children is so important, and I love that you are doing this within your books and everything, and teaching all these children many different things and how they can apply these to the world to grow up into a nice, just human being.
And thank you for sharing some of your story with us as well, Nico, and noting the fact that there's even not only children that struggle with those kinds of challenges in the process, but they're really connecting more with their own gifts within to kind of tie into what we were sharing previously.
I was also interested in asking David more about what it was like working with Fred Rogers and hearing his personal thoughts and experiences with him.
It was pure joy working with Fred Rogers. You worked with him, not for him. He was a genius. He wrote all of his own material. He wrote the songs. He hosted the show. He manipulated the puppets. It was his idea, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And it started on a very small budget and finally grew into being internationally known. But Fred was the kind of person that you'd walk into his office to ask him a question about something that we were going to do in the program. And if he were working or writing, he would stop what he was doing, look you straight in the eye, and give you his entire attention. Somebody once asked Fred, if you could sum up your mission in one word, Fred said, listen. Listen to other people. Listen to what your children are saying. Don't read the paper and talk to your child at the same time. Give that 100% listening. And I think that's what I learned from Fred.
John and David continue their bookcasts on children's books today, reaching both kids and parents while sharing meaningful lessons through storytelling. And of course, no intro would be complete without ending with Mr. McFeely's iconic line,
Speedy delivery.
I'm Nico Rich, and I'll see you next time.